The LEGO movies have been some of the best animated films to come out, not only for their beautiful animation, but these movies told amazing stories while using the medium of animation and LEGO to enhance their story. Growing up, I loved the LEGO movie, which it's still one of my favorite movies to this day. I also saw the LEGO Batman movie and loved it as well. So you would be surprised when I say I did not see the LEGO Ninjago movie or the second LEGO movie in theaters. I don't really remember why, it just sort of happened that way. So when Pharrell Williams announced that he had a biopic in production and that it was gonna be a LEGO movie, I was ecstatic. I love the way these movies looked and made me feel, because even when the story and jokes were weak in previous LEGO movies, you can't deny that they were a joy to look at. So before going to see piece by piece, I had one objective to decide how I would feel about it. So I sat down and watched all 4 LEGO movies to decide, is Piece by Piece a good LEGO movie? Because as much as I love seeing the I remade blank into LEGO, the reference art form wasn't intended to be in a LEGO style. So these videos are fun to watch and are well made. It is just a joy to see media in the LEGO style and to see these creators use the medium of LEGO to their extremes. So I'm going to go through every LEGO movie, talk about what I liked and disliked and rank them all, to see if Piece by Piece is a good LEGO movie and where it sits with the other ones. Of course, this is all my opinion, so if you disagree with my ranking, please share yours in the comment. And subscribe while you're there. Thanks. The LEGO Movie. Boy, I have so many memories around the release of this movie. Fortunately, when I was younger, I wasn't as chronically online as I am now, so I had no clue that a movie like this was ever being made until I saw the teaser trailer on my YouTube page. At first, I thought it was fake. This was around the time where fake movie trailers would start to show up, so when I clicked the video, I was a bit skeptical. But the moment I saw the movie logos and animation style, I knew this was not just a random person online trying to trick me. This was real. And I was so hyped for this movie. My siblings and I would play with LEGO all the time, so a movie like this was right up our alley. The movie premiered, and watching it was a spiritual experience that I wish I could relive to this day. And after I rewatched the LEGO movie, my feelings were mostly the same. As an adult, I do watch it a little bit more critically than I did as a kid. Like the song Everything Is Awesome was in my daily shuffle back then, but now it's just good song, but it definitely didn't age as well as the rest of the film. If you haven't seen it, the film follows Emmett, an ordinary simple construction worker, when his eye catches a mysterious figure on sight. While trying to run after her, he falls down the hole and comes face to face with a special artifact. After touching it, it becomes attached to his back. While being interrogated by the police, the mysterious figure appears once again to save him. This is Wild Style, and while saving him, she tells Emmett about how he is prophesied to be the special, and they need to reunite with the Master Builders. The Master Builders are important figures in this LEGO universe who can build whatever they want by seeing the pieces around them and being able to construct it all just off their minds. Emmett learns that on his back, he holds a piece of resistance, and that piece is what can stop the President of the world, Lord Business, from gluing everything into place. Emmett later sacrifices himself to save the world by jumping into the void, where it's revealed to the audience that the whole movie is a metaphor for a relationship between a father and a son. After Emmett returns to the LEGO realm, he talks with Lord Business and the day is saved. I know this is an extreme oversimplification of it, but if you want more, then watch the movie. It's really good and you won't regret it. Something I loved about this movie was their use of LEGO pieces for animating the water and smoke. I just love the way it looks. Just feels like if you pause any frame, you could theoretically build the entire scene in real life. Also, some of the scenes, the way it's framed, gives the film this action figure picture effect. The scale makes it feel like this was all animated in stop motion. They did this so well that when I was a kid, I fully believed for a while that this movie was animated in stop motion. And of course, it wasn't. Not like it's not possible, but it would have taken way more work. And the way they animated it was amazing, and I'm fine with this being the case. Top of the list. So 3 years later, we got 2 LEGO movies in the year 2017, starting first with the LEGO Batman movie. The LEGO Batman movie follows Batman as he deals with the idea of being alone and misses being part of a family. And while at a party, he meets an orphan named Dick Grayson. While talking, Batman is distracted as he first sees the new commissioner, Barbara Gordon. While distracted, Dick asks him if he would want to adopt him, and Batman says, while distracted, yes. Later, as Batman tries to figure out Joker's plan, he is surprised by parental controls and denies wanting to adopt Dick. Till his butler, Alfred, lets Dick into the Batcave. And now Dick becomes Batman's sidekick as the boy wonder, Robin. And while Batman tries to do everything himself, refusing to work with the police or anyone else, he begins to unintentionally help Joker and his plans. And in the final battle, Batman learns that if he wants to succeed, he has to work with other people to help achieve goals he can't do himself. As always, the animation looks amazing. I wasn't as big of a fan of the real water used in the movie. I don't think it looks bad, I just preferred the Lego one a little bit more. Also, the fights are so cool to watch. I love the way they did smear frames. This movie is also really funny, which is something Lego projects are really good at. When Lego tries, they can be pretty funny. This movie also has a really good story, let alone a great Batman story. Second to the Lego movie, the Lego Ninjago movie. Now, other than Piece by Piece, this is the most recent Lego movie I've watched, meaning I watched it just for this video. But something you should know about me is I am a big fan of the Lego Ninjago TV series. Growing up, it was one of my favorite shows. I would always try to get the Lego sets when they came out, but when I saw the trailers and saw that it was a new voice cast and a different story, I was immediately turned off from seeing this movie. But people have told me to fully enjoy it, I just need to ignore all the lore set up in the show and treat it like a different telling of the story. And that's what I did. And yeah, it helped me enjoy the film. And I actually really liked it. We follow Lloyd Garmadon, the son of the evil Lord Garmadon, as he goes through high school life being made fun of for being Garmadon's son. Lloyd struggles with the insecurities of not having his father around, not understanding what makes him special, or whether he can keep up with the other ninjas, Kai, Zane, Cole, Jay, and Nia. Going through a journey of finding a weapon to stop the monster that Lloyd accidentally unleashed, the ninjas find out the power of believing in themselves, and Lloyd and Garmadon start to bond and realize how much they need each other. And with Lloyd saving the day, the town finally accepts him for who he is. This movie is a lot better than I thought. Some of the jokes fell a little flat, but it still remained mostly funny. It also had a lot more non-Lego elements, namely the water and the forest they're in for a third of the film. But though I prefer using Lego instead, I can't lie, the scenes of them training in the forest were really pretty. It's not as funny as a Lego Batman movie, so it'll sit under it. The Lego Movie 2 is the definition of a sequel we all wanted, but didn't need. The Lego Movie was a solid film, and of course the fans wanted more of it. But if your sequel isn't on par, if not better than the first film, then it can tank, even if it's decent to good. And that's mainly how I feel about the Lego Movie 2. At the end of the first movie, these creatures from planet Duplo land in front of Emmett and friends. Then in the Lego Movie 2, we see that these creatures took over and turned Bricksburg into an apocalyptic wasteland. While sheltering from an unknown visitor, Emmett accidentally lets in this visitor, and they take Wildstyle and others to visit the queen of the Sistar system. Emmett goes on a journey to save them. The queen of the Sistar system initiates a marriage between her and the leader of the group from Bricksburg, which is Batman, so their worlds can unite. Emmett, thinking they're all brainwashed, stops the wedding and accidentally starts an Armageddon. But just like the first movie, this film also has an overarching plot about the son from the first movie with his younger sister. And this Armageddon is just their mom making them put their Legos in the attic because they couldn't get along. But the son has a change of heart and makes up with his sister, so they are finally able to play together in peace. The Armageddon is over and the worlds live together in harmony. So this movie isn't the greatest, it's definitely the weakest of the Lego films. The movie is also a musical and the music is so mid. It isn't awful. I mean, it helps that there were only a few songs. They just aren't amazing and I could have lived without them. Also, the humor was so weak. They tried to redo the humor the first Lego movie had, but it came off as so forced. Feels like they're trying a little too hard. This movie isn't unfunny, it just falls flat way more often. I did enjoy watching it. The story was super sweet and it had strong moments. Just out of the 4, it was just nowhere near as good. So bottom of the list. Piece by Piece is the newest entry. It's not completely fair because this isn't a Lego movie in the traditional sense, but at the same time, it is a Lego movie. It's just a biopic that's told in Lego. And one of my main concerns was, if they are using Lego as a medium, will it be justified? Because if it's just boring and not used in a way to show something that can be done in live action, then it feels like a waste. Luckily, this movie does not feel like a waste. Piece by Piece is an interview documentary style film about Pharrell Williams' life and his experience with music. It follows a format about Pharrell wanting to make music, he makes a great beat and gives it to people to use. And man, the way they visualized the music using Lego was so cool. And as always, these movies are just so much fun to look at. It was also pretty funny and it felt so real. Like it felt like we got a movie from the world of Lego. Because the way it's recorded sounds like they made a biopic for Pharrell and then went back and made it animated. It was just really cool to watch and see. It is the shortest film by like 10 minutes because when it ended, I was surprised that it was over. I can't be too shocked because most films are past the 2-hour mark more often than not. If you like Pharrell or just music in general, I recommend this movie. And my overall ranking, I would put this under the Lego Movie. It's one of the best Lego films, but it can't beat The King. All in all, what a LEGO film needs to do, in my opinion, is make us feel good. I don't need the most convoluted story to enjoy it, but as long as it has a solid story and it's well animated, then most LEGO movies are a good time. Especially Piece by Piece. Piece by Piece is a great biopic and a great LEGO movie. If you're on the fence or at least a little intrigued, please go check it out.